Welcome to the Trading Sliders Podcast. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Episode number 82 of the Trading Sliders Podcast. How's everybody doing out there? I'm Bobby Puckett. Here with me in studio is Kurt the Flash Bennett. What's going on, Flash?
Oh, not much, man. Survived the Thunder Party last night that we had, so cleaning up today and gonna knock this podcast out.
Yeah, well, as you can tell, as I'm scrambling, I wasn't quite ready like I thought we was, because I'm knocking shit over. So let's try this again. I thought I was ready, but apparently I wasn't. This week's guest is Jeffrey Shackelford, the leader of the Shack Pack. All grown up now. Those Shacks growing up. But we went up last week, hung out with Jeffrey, and we got a good insight. And this is one of those interviews where people are gonna have fun with this one. Because when you know my style, and you get with kids that you've known a while, you can kind of throw your style at them a little bit more. So, the third generation racer there out of Indianapolis, Indiana, runs dirt super late models, runs late model Outlaw Figure 8 cars. Probably one of the winningest Figure 8 drivers the last 3 or 4 years. Got a track championship at the Indianapolis Speedrome. As he said this past weekend, I mean, he went to Paragon and sucked pretty bad. Yeah. In the super late model.
That wasn't all his fault, though. Yeah. I was there for that one.
Yeah, he said, I went to Paragon and sucked pretty bad. So,
he got caught up in somebody else's wrecks. What happened there? It wasn't all on him.
Well, he kind of said that, too. Yeah, he kind of said that. This week's guest, though, third generation racer out of Indianapolis, Indiana, Jeffrey Shackelford. News of the week, Flash. Just in case you didn't know, because you were hosting a Thunder Party, but weather was apparently awful everywhere.
Yeah.
Well,
why would I know that?
Yeah. Wasn't just your backyard.
Yeah.
So we had weather forces, cancellations, reschedules. We'll get into that. Sprint car rookie gets his first win. Our past guests had good weekends this weekend. Well, all of them, most of them.
Yeah.
One past guest didn't have a good weekend.
Right.
Our past guests had a good weekend. Weekend race trips, merchandise controversy.
Yeah.
How much coverage is too much?
New high limit winner.
Yeah, new high limit winner. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff to jump into. So, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Here we go.
Send it.
No, no, we're not ready. I didn't do none of the sponsors.
Oh, yeah, we got to do that.
That's why I was knocking shit over to get to the sponsor page. Yeah. As you could tell, maybe or maybe not, we've been on the road and doing stuff every night of the week. When I put out last week's midweek slider. Oh, hold on a second. The new pound of cushion stuff.
Oh, yeah. That was good, too.
Yeah, that was pretty neat, wasn't it?
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, that was a pretty good deal. So, as we're going to talk about this. So this is what we're going to do. As I put on midweek slider last week, first off, you can find us everywhere. So please like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff.
Subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe to YouTube, Spotify. You can subscribe to all of them, but if you really subscribe to those two, we would greatly appreciate it with the views and listens that we're getting.
Yeah.
That it would go a long way. So what we're going to do, we have our midweek slider that's going to come out every Wednesday. Haven't figured out how I'm going to work out the logistics on this here in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be in Alaska.
Right.
So we're going to have and I'm going to be in Canada.
Yeah.
So we might have a midweek slider from a cruise ship, from a port, from a dock, from a different country. So I don't know how we're doing that yet.
Yeah.
But there will be shows out that week. They will already be pre-recorded. I do know that.
Yeah.
I do know we will have our podcast out. But so what we're doing with our Pound the Cushion segment, instead of the logistics on Sunday is almost undoable. Like we get lucky and pull off some shit.
Yeah.
But pulling off all that every Sunday is just a little tough.
Yeah.
So the midweek or the Pound the Cushion thing, it may be Monday, it may be Tuesday, it may be Wednesday. I'm going to try to record the stuff Sunday night after we do this.
Yeah.
And then maybe record some Monday, depending on who's traveling where, and then we'll get it up. So that's one of those ones you just got to follow along. And one thing that I do like, we got like 3,800 listens on that, and nobody knew it was coming out.
Yeah.
So
that was really cool.
So that's pretty good. Now, did it help that we had Drake York and James Essex? Probably.
Yeah.
But that's just part of it. But yeah, so everybody, thanks for the support on that. So this week's show being brought to you by Diesel Boys LLC. If you need any diesel truck work done and you're in the Kentuckian area, reach out to Brandon Hooker and Diesel Boys. Our deep dive is being brought to you by Kentucky Clutch and Performance. If you need any type of automotive clutch done for trucks, cars, semi-trucks, pulling trucks, race cars, reach out to Chris and the guys at Kentucky Clutch. They will get you taken care of. Our slaughter of the week being brought to you by Walt at Speed Decals. If you need any vinyl work done, reach out to Walt. He will get you taken care of. I know I talked to Walt yesterday as I was on my way to the racetrack getting canceled multiple times. So when we get into that trip. But so if you need any vinyl work done, reach out to Walt at Speed Decals. Our crash of the week being brought to you by D.O. Handyman Remodeling. I would say the weather's nice, but it has been until today. It's like in the 40s again.
Yeah.
So I don't know. If you need something done around the house, reach out to David. He'll let you know if the weather is too nice to come, that he needs to come in, or if he needs to work outside. But reach out to David.
Might want to call him this next week or so. He's getting ready to have something done to his leg, so he might be out for a couple of weeks commission there. So
so if you need something done in a timely manner, reach out to David at 812-989-5002.
But he'll be back 100% after that. So,
and our racetrack spotlight being brought to you by JT's Trackside Catering. If you need any catering event, Flash had some catering done
yesterday, man. Everybody loved it too.
Did they? Yeah.
It was funny. Jeremy texted me like 3 times yesterday. Man, how's everybody like it? I said, man, I took a picture and sent it to him. People eating the wings and everything. They're like, they was all saying 10 out of 10. So
yeah, this is a shameless plug. If you are a fan of chicken wings, reach out to my man JT.
Oh yeah,
everything I've had is good. Don't get me wrong. There's no, everything I've had is good.
My nephew was eating them last night when I sent him that picture, and he said, "You know the wings are good when you can eat them cold, and they're still good."
They're still good. Yeah. No, they are good. Like,
I was getting late last night. Later,
best damn chicken wings I've ever eaten in my life.
Yeah.
But reach out to JT's Trackside Catering. And our question of the week being brought to you by Bandit Race Cars. Big shout out to Brian at Bandit Race Cars for helping us out this week on some things that we needed helped out on.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But if you need any shock work done, Brian Barber at Bandit Race Cars is a Fox Shock. I'm getting better at that. It's still not good, but is a Fox Shock representative, a builder. He does everything there in house. And it doesn't have to be just for a Bandit race car.
And the thing about Brian though, like I went to Paragon Saturday night, he was up there helping the guys, with his cars. So he's hands on too. So
yes, if you buy a Bandit race car, you are getting tech help. As in, hey, I'll come to the racetrack and help you.
Right.
Type deal. You want to see all of his cars do go up. So if you need anything done, race car related, aluminum work, anything, reach out to Bandit Race Cars. And our past guest segment is being brought to you by HCC Lawn Care. If you're in the Louisville, Kentucky area and you need a lawn, landscape, mowing, reach out to Ben Harmon and HCC Lawn Care. Man, I think we got everything.
Yeah.
As I almost forgot the most important part of the show.
Yeah.
As you can tell, shit is kind of all over the place. So we've already talked about the news. We're doing this ass backwards. People that come in, they're going to be like, what the hell's going on with these guys?
Yeah.
So we're going to get started with our past guest segment. We had some past guests pick up some big wins this weekend. Starting off with Friday, Logan Walls picked up the $2,000 to win Pro Late Model Special at Ponderosa Speedway over another past guest in Jeff Watson. That was pretty good race there. I seen where Watson said, sometimes you zig. I seen him make a post. Sometimes you zig, sometimes you zag, sometimes you zag when you should zig.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't know what to do when you catch the 2 cars in front of you and the guy on the outside of you drives around you.
Yeah.
So, I thought that was pretty funny. He's like, well, I don't really know what to do. I mean, I'm not blaming it on nobody. I just didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And Ben Harmon picked up the Northern All-Star Modified win there at Paragon. When we get into our weekend race trips, Flash will give us an in-depth rundown on that. So congratulations to Ben Harmon. And Briggs Danner picked up USAC East Coast Sprint Car feature at the Bridgeport Speedway Saturday night. I watched the highlights back on that, and it was an absolute Slider Fest. Definitely Trading Sliders approved.
Oh, yeah.
100% Trading Sliders approved. And Flash, just in case you was wondering, there's some guy out there doing what some guy does. Ricky Lewis won another sprint car race.
Oh, yeah.
The USAC CRA race at Central Arizona Raceway. So if you was wondering, man, we haven't heard about Ricky Lewis in a while. Yeah. He's still winning. Yeah. He's still doing the damn thing.
Yeah. Back and forth across the country.
Yeah. I'll race in Ohio. I'll race in Indiana. Hell. But one thing about Ricky is he's not back and forth across the country like most guys. Yeah. Occasionally he flies.
Yeah.
Most of the time he's driving.
Yeah.
And with fuel prices, whoo.
Yeah.
Yeah. You better run good when you get out there.
Yeah.
For damn sure.
Yep.
But yeah, so that was our past guest wins. We are going to bring up something about a past guest, and Flash and I are going to take a little bit different stance on this. But past guest Jordan Weaver, as everybody's seen, broke the internet with dirt racing scenes and dirt behind the scenes. Guys, I just want to say one thing. The kid made a mistake. Let's not pile on him, okay? We're by no means we're condoning what he did.
Right.
I mean, we are anti-drinking and driving, anti-drugs.
Yeah.
But in the same token, I mean, can we at least, be innocent until we're proven guilty?
Right.
I mean, and don't drag the kid through the mud. Don't put all of his sponsors in his race car. Like, if you want to put the picture and report the story, it is a story.
You can find it in public.
Yeah, that's public records.
But you don't have to put everything on there as far as, his race car with all the sponsors on it and all that. I mean, that's, that's kind of going a little overboard, I think.
Yeah, me too. Like I said, I'm not condoning anything he did.
No.
I'll be honest, for the people that know me, I mean, I sent him a text and called him a jackass.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, when this goes out, people are going to be like, well, he's taking care of the people who's on his show. No. That's not how it works.
Right.
I sent him a text and say, hey, don't be a damn idiot. Actually, you don't really want to know what I said in the text, but I'm just saying, let's not pile on.
He's got good people behind him and got some good equipment, and he needs to maybe turn around and take care of that.
Yeah, he's a good kid, and he needs to get his shit together.
Yeah.
Good kids make piss poor decisions all the time.
A lot of people got a lot of stuff going on that other people don't know about. So, I mean, it could be, there's, like I said, we're not condoning what he did, but there could be a lot more goes into that people don't know. So
let's not pal on him.
Yeah,
that's all we're gonna say. Yeah. We're gonna throw Jay Weave a little love this week while everybody's shitting on him, because I mean, you just there's certain things, man, you don't do, and that's one of them.
Right.
You definitely don't, drive intoxicated. Multiple intoxicated according to the reports. I mean, but still, I mean, just there's a lot of kids got a lot of shit going on, and when you come on our show, we say this a lot of times. A lot of kids have a story.
Yeah.
And we want to get it out there, and some kids have it. It looks like they have it great, on the forefront,
right?
But behind the scenes, it's not quite as peaches and cherries.
Yeah.
So let's just let's not pile on the kid. He's got two little kids that.
I mean, we could be those guys that throw everybody under the bus over something if we wanted to, and that's not the kind of show we want to have.
No,
we're not. That's not the kind of people we are.
No, we're not going to do that. I mean,
we just ain't gonna do it.
Yeah. Now we'll talk shit to each other.
Yeah.
And trust me. No, I gave Jordan a little. I gave him an earful.
If he was at the racetrack Friday, I was gonna let him know.
Yeah, I mean, but
just because I'm an older guy, I can.
We can say that stuff, but don't pile on the kid. That's all. Yeah. We said the same thing when Charlie had his incident.
Yeah,
100% wrong. Yes, but in the same token, I mean, they're still just kids, man. I know people say, well, it's not a kid. He's 23 years old. Well, there's two little kids involved, and he's still a kid.
Yeah.
So let's we're not gonna dwell on that, but. So that's how the past guest went. We will talk about the good and the bad. We ain't gonna sugarcoat it,
right?
Because we've seen, we've been around long enough that we know how these things work. But I did give him some shit outside. I see why you picked Bloomer over Moyer.
Yeah,
I do see that now. But so good kid just made a piss poor decision.
Yeah.
Did you see the race ranch drama, Flash?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So we got to talk about it. And main reason we got to talk about it, because we have an inside source to some of this. As you can go back and look through our, what's that called? Our catalog of past guests. First off, I want to say real quick, This is 82 weeks, Flash. So this is 80 consecutive weeks.
Yeah.
We've had somebody, because our first two, we didn't know what the hell we was doing yet.
Right.
But this is 80 consecutive weeks, but 82 interviews.
Yeah.
Because actually, I did the basket. I did Coach Scotty Davenport. Actually, we did a midweek. Actually, it's probably like 85 interviews now that I think about it.
Yep.
But 82 consecutive weeks that we've been on the air, have not missed a day. Now, we missed our scheduled day. We may be a couple of days late.
Yeah.
Not on our behalf.
Right. Yeah.
But that's one thing I want to say we're proud of. 82 weeks. Who would have the hell would have thought that? Yeah. Especially when we set that tablet up in the table the first time.
Watching races.
Yeah, who the hell would have thought that?
Yeah.
But if you go back, because we jump off topic, so that's kind of what we do. But if you go back and look at our catalog, I'm not going to throw no names out, but you can kind of look and see some of the people that's been on the show, and and if you follow their social media, they push Race Ranch.
Yeah.
So let's just say I've reached out to a couple of them that push Race Ranch, and I talked to 3 guys. One guy, I'm not putting no names out because I told them this will be anonymous, and actually 2 of them said it don't have to be anonymous.
Yeah.
But the third one said I'd really rather not have my name involved.
Right.
In it. So I can't tell you I've talked to 3 people.
Right.
And I can tell you what 2 I did. So
yeah.
But yeah, 2 of them. Hey man, no problems on my end. My check's still coming every month.
Yeah.
Third one, I've gotten a check, but we've done the math, and I'm pretty sure I've been shorted about 50% of my money.
Yeah.
So that's neither here nor there. It's hard to tell because Race Ranch is a middle guy. So basically how it works, Kurt the Flash Bennett wants Flash t-shirts. I'm Race Ranch. Kurt comes to me and says, Bobby at Race Ranch, I need you to, I want some shirt designs. I design some shirts. I send them to him. What do you think? Flash says yes. And then I sell them, and Kurt gets, I don't know, 40%, whatever the money is.
How much it is,
Yeah. And I tell Kurt, hey, Flash, you sold 1,000 shirts. Flash is like, sweet. So I give him his 40%. But if he sold 5,000 shirts, Flash is going to be pissed.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, we don't know exactly what went on. Yeah. All I do know is the few interactions I've had with Race Ranch at the racetrack, everybody's been super nice.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what I judge it off of. Yeah. So, if you're a racer, 90% of your money that you make comes off merchandise. I don't know why you would put a middleman in it.
Yeah.
And then when we did our shirts, I understand completely why you put a middleman in.
Right, yeah.
Because
exactly.
Because that is a headache and a half. But yeah, so I don't know. I get the people being upset if they feel like they were shafted. But I also get in the same token that it wasn't a shirt issue. Yeah. It was die-cast, is from what I've been told.
Yeah.
And if you sell a lot of die-cast cars, newsflash, all that stuff comes from China.
Yeah.
Newsflash, we're not getting all of our stuff.
If you can't get the stuff, you can't get it out.
You can't get it out. So, there was some money purchased and some pre-orders. But
it took longer to get than they're supposed to or something, but sometimes that just happens.
Yeah. So, that's why we're on this side of it.
Yeah.
But I know one thing. Kyle Bronson and Brian Shirley has made statements highly against it. And then, like I said, you see dudes like Turbo that tags Race Ranch still says, bro, hit me up. So, it just kind of is what it is.
I seen Turbo made a post yesterday about Racy Ranch or whatever.
Yeah, Racy Ranch.
Yeah.
Yeah, Turbo's already changing their name for him. Yeah. Turbo, man. First off, we didn't get to talk about...
I don't know how you can't like Turbo. Yeah. No matter what. I mean...
We didn't get to talk about this because that was one of those technical difficulty shows.
Yeah.
But Turbo's interview about Brent Larson...
Yeah.
I don't care if you're the biggest Brent Larson fan in the world.
Right.
If you don't watch that interview and laugh your ass off, you need to find something else to do.
Yeah.
Because he even goes... Turbo is highly educated for someone who, when you talk to him, you don't really think he's educated.
Yeah.
Because he's like, when you go to war, the B-1 bombers are really strong. And for the people who don't get that joke, Brent Larson's nickname is the B-1 bomber.
Yeah.
But funniest thing, though, about that whole situation is Turbo said He's got 4,000 in career World of Outlaw starts. 3,098 of them due to provisionals. I was just like, Jesus.
Yeah.
But yeah, the turbo, just keep being turbo.
Yeah.
Just we need more of turbo in the racing world.
Yeah.
We need more guys to speak, not being jackasses, but just speak their mind. All right, Flash. Let's talk about the weather before we get into our weekend trips.
Yeah.
Because that's part of it too. But when racetracks and series make cancellations, why in the world do people feel like it's, you gotta get on social media and tell everybody why they should race or how they should do it to fix it?
Yeah.
Guys, I'm just gonna be bluntly honest with you when it comes to racetrack cancellations. A racetrack don't want to cancel ever.
No.
Because let's just go dirt track, for instance, right now. Paved track's a little easier, but dirt tracks. So you don't just show up and race on Saturday. Usually it's a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday for a track that's racing on Saturday.
Yeah.
That's what they've got in prepping the racetrack. That's if they don't have no bathroom problems, if they didn't lose electric during the week, or wall being cracked, or infield tires got. That's just normal maintenance. It's 3 days a week. So maintenance consists of, at a dirt track, pressure washing, which involves fuel.
Yeah.
Watering the track, which involves fuel, and a lot of these places involves water payment.
Yeah.
Grading the track, which involves fuel. Packing the track back in, which involves fuel.
And all that stuff involves somebody doing it.
Yes, and yeah. Now we're not counting the labor in general.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I was told for somebody that I trust a whole lot. I don't know if he wants his numbers out, so I'm not going to put the name to it. But I was told it costs $3,800 a week to get your track ready to race.
Yeah, that sounds legit.
Yeah, that's, and at first I was like, well, that's kind of expensive. And so I'm thinking, well, that takes in food orders. No. That's what it costs to run your facility. And he said, and the main reason is, every time I turn the lights on, it's $600.
Yeah.
Most of this work's being done at night because I got a job during the day.
Yeah.
So that's $1,200 turning the lights on. And then you got fuel and equipment, maintenance on equipment.
Yeah, that's if you don't have no problems with equipment.
Yeah, that's if you don't got to work on that shit.
It ain't like
that
all
week.
these guys have brand new equipment because they can't. There's no way they could make it if they did that.
Yeah.
Unless you're like Hobstadt and you farm for a living. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're still working on their shit all the time too.
Yeah.
I mean, they do have the best equipment in the country. And another thing, so like this weekend, Hobstadt puts, we're going to try to give it a go. We're going to see what this weather does, and then they we'll make an update at 11:30.
Yeah.
At 11:33, they made an update.
Yeah.
Guys, this last batch of rain is just too much for us to get it in. We're going to do it tomorrow.
Right.
People right off the bat, well, Hobstadt could get that in. I'm like, listen, if Tommy thought he could get the damn race in, he's going to get the damn race in.
I've seen the tractor underwater in the infield and came back and raced. There's.
But what people don't understand, the racetrack right there is not the issue. It's the parking. Everything's in the grass.
Right.
So if the parking needs 12 hours, 16 hours to dry out, that's what it takes. He knows what the hell he's doing.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee this Sunday crowd is going to be lighter than the Saturday crowd.
Yeah.
I know 2 people for sure that's not going to be there that would have been there. And, I want to go on Sundays. I love Sunday races.
Yeah.
But, I was on my way to Hobstadt when they canceled and made a detour.
Yeah.
So just... guys, quit bitching at the racetrack all the damn time.
Yeah.
We're on this side of it now. We know how it is. Quit bitching.
They want to make money, trust me.
Yeah, that's one thing I seen. Well, it's all about the money. And I've seen the best comment ever on somebody's post about that. Somebody said, you're damn right it's about the money. I want you to go to work all week, and on Friday you tell the boss, man, I did it for the love.
Yeah.
You keep my money.
Yeah. See what happens.
Yeah, see how long you'll be in business.
Yep.
I seen that. I was like, that's damn right on that.
Yeah.
So weekend race trips. Flash started off Friday at Paragon. Flash, let us know about the Paragon Speedway. First off, looked like it had a massive crowd.
Yeah.
From photos.
It was good.
So what went on at Paragon Friday night?
The best thing Friday night is I got there late because I didn't find out my nephew was going to race till about noon that day, so I decided I was going to go to Paragon for sure. And pulled in there, and I mean, they were parking like half mile down the road past the racetrack on the side of the road. The guy goes, "Hey, man, are you going to the pits or are you going to the stands?" I said, "I'm going in the pits." So he said, "Follow me." On the 4-wheel, I pulled in, parked right in the pits. Right beside Ben Harmon's trailer almost. So it worked out great.
Yeah, no, that's real good. Saved you a mile walk.
But no, that was good. First thing good. But then, man, I got in there in the pits. I've never been in the pits at Paragon.
You haven't?
That place is nice, dude. Yeah.
They
got their own infield care center.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, not infield, but in the pits.
Yeah. They got their own Tone 4 care center.
Yeah.
I say that.
Yeah.
I was telling Brian Barber before he left, he's like, "Man, it's been 25 years since I've been there." I said, "Well, you won't recognize the place."
Yeah.
Like Paragon Speedway, facility-wise, it might be the best. Well, I don't know, Circle City. It's up there in Indiana. There are some good facilities in Indiana, and it's up there.
Yep. But, it was cool. The racing was really good, too. I mean, that track, it's kind of narrow. It reminds me a lot of Scottsburg, Indiana, but just with banking in the corners, kind of.
Yeah.
But they're a little tighter, too. But you wouldn't think you'd see any slide jobs there. Them guys were throwing bombs like crazy the other night at Lake Malls. It was good.
Yeah, that's I seen the one heat race on video Hunter Front put out. And I was like, yeah, it's pretty good heat.
Yeah, feature they had a few in the feature. Feature got like in 1 and 2, he got where there wasn't no cushion at the top, so you had to be pretty careful. But 3 and 4, man, it was hammered down all night, all the way around there. But the only thing I don't like is coming off 4, how they've got the tires there against the thing. I think there's something else they could do there.
I tell you, somebody else don't like it either.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. And he was rolling too the other night. I was glad to see him running good. But man, that first heat race we talked about Turbo a little while ago. Though Turbo started on the inside. I don't think he's ever been there. And
now, he don't know no better.
Yeah, he was fast qualifier, so he started on the bottom. He rolled her in there with Huddy on the outside, and I mean, the front end just pushed on him. You know, it looked like, probably from the rain sense, it looked like he just run him over the bank, but he didn't. He was doing all he could to stay off of him. And then Huddy got there, and it's got such an edge on the top that when Huddy got up there, I mean, it just stopped the car. You know, it just high-sided, and it was done.
Yeah, he beached it.
Yeah,
he beached it.
That's what happened, yeah.
That's what sprint car guys call beaching it there in the fluff.
Yeah. I mean, I think Huddy probably knew what happened because he didn't act like he was
too upset.
Well, I mean, he's probably upset, but I don't think he ready to kill nobody or nothing.
Yeah, you kind of know.
But yeah.
And here's the thing too.
Man,
Turbo's a guy if you get real upset with, there's probably gonna be some repercussions.
Yeah.
So sometimes you just gotta pick your battles.
And the feature was good, but it was like whoever started, like they did double foul restarts, and whoever started on the out, man, it really didn't matter. It's just whoever got the best start in the first row and the second row there would get the lead every time. So I mean, Bishop and Turbo was like back and forth the whole race as far as who got second, because nobody was touching Gustin.
Yeah, Reaper. Reaper. Well, this is
that, you know why I thought that too? I was like, man, this is just like the tracks Reaper used to run out there in Iowa. I said it's pretty dang close to some of the stuff they run.
If the straightaways were a little shorter, that has Marshalltown red all over.
Yeah, that's what I said too. I was telling everybody, I said they're probably not going to beat him tonight.
No, that's he is one of those guys that if it's an even playing field.
Yeah.
When I say even playing field, I mean he's got the top notch equipment. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But when you can roll into the racetrack and nobody's really got a notebook.
Yep.
He elevates his program because he can adapt.
Yeah.
But I think where Todd Cooney and Ryan Gustin struggle is, when they go to a place that somebody's been to 50 times, they've been twice, their adaptation isn't as precise as a notebook. But if it's just roll in and let's wheel, he's going to be okay.
It was cool watching him running 1-2 though. He was running it totally different than everybody else was. He'd run in and let off, and he would not touch the throttle until he had the car already turned the other direction. It was pretty cool watching him do that. I mean, I don't know if some other guys took note the other night, but they might want to go back and watch what he was doing.
No. I'm a big fan of Ryan Gustin.
And then we had Ben Harmon. He was fast qual or third quick. Yeah, and he won his heat race, so he started inside the second row, and he got the lead there pretty quick, and it's kind of a good thing because they ran 11 laps, I think, of the race, and then they just kept having cautions from some of them guys in the back. And
well, I'm going to say this. I said this a couple weeks ago. Being a mod guy, when they do great, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
When they suck, I'm going to tell you why too.
Right.
And here's the reason why. Not knocking anybody that's there because I know how much it costs to travel anymore.
Yeah.
But and UMP modified, regular modified, if you don't have a B main, you're usually going to have an issue.
Oh, yeah.
You need a B main.
Yeah.
To maybe weed a few cars out. So, but that just happens.
But it was a good race till then. I mean, they were racing good there. I mean, Ben got the lead, and it wasn't like he was running off and leaving them for a little while. Well,
I seen where Tyler Longmiller was like,
yeah,
I really wish we could have raced that one out.
He got up under him a couple times, but then Ben finally got to where he figured out getting off the corner, and he was pulling about a car, half car length every lap. So it got out there where he was going to be okay, I think.
So overall, good trip.
Oh yeah, great trip. And then the Pure Stocks was there too. I went to watch my nephew run too. So he ran pretty good. He ran fourth in his heat the first time he ever run there, and then come out in the feature and he ran. I don't know. He got up to eighth, and then he actually finished eighth, but somehow or another they had a caution, and they ended it the same way, kind of. And he ended up getting paid for 10th when there was only 8 cars on the track. So I don't know what happened there, but but anyway, that's what ended up happening.
Yeah, I also read a post where the very controversial JT Huffman had a very controversial post. Yeah, I seen that and I was like, oh yeah, I seen that. I was like, damn, JT's pretty mad.
I'm going to show you the video on that later, and you tell me what you think.
Okay.
Because I don't think JD did anything. I don't think he done nothing wrong there.
Okay, yeah, well, I seen that, and I seen him go back and forth, and I was like, something probably happened, because usually JT's just like, is what it is. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And he was very adamant that it wasn't that time. I was like, something probably happened. Yeah.
Yeah, you can only take the whole racetrack up for so long.
Yeah.
It's one of those things.
I get that. Yeah. So had a good time. Chuck went with you, didn't you?
Yeah, my buddy Chuck went with me, so good for us to get out and get to do something for a change. So it worked out good. Yeah, we had a good night. That's a cool place up there.
And then Friday night, me and Tanya made our way to Circle City Raceway for the Midwest Thunder 410 Sprint Cars. John and Jacob Dole rode up.
Yeah.
So
I seen the pictures.
Yeah, so they were sitting there. He was walking in the front stretch, and I seen him, and I waved to him, and he came up there and sat with us, and so they brought a new fan to the racetrack.
Oh
Flash.
Yeah. That's good.
And you know how sometimes Bobby gets smart when he's not really, he shouldn't.
Yeah.
So this comes. Here we go again. Sometimes I just. So this dude has been to a few races. He went to Ponderosa a couple weeks ago. It was his first dirt race when they got in at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
So he already had a bad taste about dirt racing.
Yeah.
And he really likes the racing that they do crossovers.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that kind.
Yeah. So no problem. Yeah. I love it all. But he hit me with why they got to push these cars off.
Yeah.
If I had to guess dude's age, I'm going to say 50.
Oh yeah.
He was my age or older.
Yeah.
Okay. And then where I just sometimes, I just like, what the hell shit do you watch?
Yeah.
But then I realized people don't know. People don't this is, where we go to the racetrack every weekend as many times.
Yeah.
People really don't know. And then I took it to, instead of being a smart ass explaining that everything was, then he was really fascinated.
Yeah.
So they don't have a drive shaft. They don't have a transmission. I'm like, no, they just got a slider cup and pull back. So they just got a torque tube. I said, just think of a tractor that's got the shaft that turns the PTO.
Yeah.
I said, he manually puts that in by hand and they go race.
Yeah.
Really? I'm like, yeah.
Yep.
So, but it was a good time. 36 cars up there. First off, guys, I know I've said this 1,000 times. If you are a fan of any racing, but sprint cars at Circle City Raceway, there may not be a better show in the country.
Yeah.
At any racetrack in the country. Circle City is Indiana's hidden gem. Crowd was pretty decent too. I think
that's good.
I think some people are listening to us.
Yeah.
Or not, if they're not listening to us, they're at least showing up and like, damn.
Yeah.
Like, we got to come back to this place.
Yeah.
Just
that's a nice facility.
Oh
too.
God,
Man.
Super nice. All blacktop when you walk in.
Yeah.
I mean,
it kind of almost reminds me of the old Louisville Speedway as far as that part of it, the bleachers and that.
Yeah, it's nice. But man, I don't know. I got it next time. I'll tell you what. This Friday, I'm gonna find out who's doing it because I'll be there Friday.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna find out who's doing the track prep. And we're gonna give that dude an attaboy and a half.
Yeah.
Because the racetrack is always tip top.
I've never been there and it'd be bad.
I mean, it's got a cushion on the wall, and I mean, absolutely the race. First off, we'll start with the B main number 2. We're gonna go with our DO Handyman Remodeling Crash of the Week. Donnie Brackett, out of Fort Branch, Indiana, runs Hobstad a lot.
Yeah.
Drove it in deep and sold it cheap at the start of the B main flash. He got on the pogo stick on the right rear 4 or 5 times over on top. Ended up on top of the wall in 1 and 2. Yep. I mean, the fluff. And Tanya called it before. She's like, somebody's going to tear their shit up down there. I mean, I'm not lying. The fluff, I bet it was 30 inches deep. And it was about 12 inches off the wall. Yeah. So you kind of had 2 walls there. Right. You had a wall, and then you had the wall that really hurt. Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, Donnie Brackett went for a big ride, but he was okay. But man, the feature. So Shane Cottle started on the pole, and looked like he was just gonna kind of just run away with this thing, and then the race from 2nd to about 8th was just crazy. Zach Portingas, I can't never say his name. Zach Porzingis, whatever. The awesome ass Monster Energy drink car. Yeah. Right? He says, "Nos guys, I got my own sponsor." Yeah. But he broke in the heat race. Started on the tail of the B main, and 5 laps took the lead in the B main. Man. Went from 12th to the lead. At the 10th lap, when the B main was over, he was lapping up to 4th. Oh, man. I mean, he was flying. So, in the feature, everybody was kind of watching him. Yeah. He's slicing and dicing, getting through the field. But Jacob Denny, the midget racer that runs for Keith Coons, he just flat figured it out, man. He was just started ripping the cushion. Yeah. And Cottle down the bottom. And I don't know if you've seen this little video going around, but Cottle clips the U-tire in the middle of the corner and never lets out the gas. Does a wheelie from the center of turn 2 to the flag stand. Oh, yeah. Racing for the lead. Never let out the gas. Yeah. And afterwards, they asked him, so what about that save? He said, save hell. I just got lucky. Yeah.
That's one thing about Circle City, too, man. Almost every time I've been there, it seems like somebody from a little further back figures it out. And then it's somebody you don't even think is going to be up there at the end.
And Jacob Denny is his second start ever in a 410 sprint car coming from midgets. Man. And that's this week's Slider of the Week. Rookie sensation, Jacob Denny in the 21 AZ drove, it wasn't really a slide job because Cottle was on the bottom. Yeah. But it was throw him over my shoulder and buried in the cushion around the top job. And he did that hell of a move.
That's pretty cool. So second start.
Yeah, second start ever. And you think that's cool? This is really cool. In the 305 race, our boy Dilly, man. Dilly, I know you're listening. You're the adopted son of the show. We love you. But you starting on the pole, man, and I go ahead and tell everybody around you, write that check. You can't drive that son of a bitch back to 5th, bro. Yeah. You can't start on the pole and drive it back to 5th. He was too tight for the bottom. He just, Dilly, I'm just going to the cushion. Go up here and have some fun. But yeah, no, but I thought Dylan Baldwin's for sure going to get it. But Alfred Gale Ridge, I don't know. I'm sure I'm butchering his name. He was rolling the bottom really good. But this name, you might remember this name, Flash. Remember Brendan McLaughlin? Drove the Chase Briscoe mini sprint car?
I think so.
Yeah, well, he's making his first ever full 305 wing sprint car start. Oh, yeah. First time he's ever sat in a car. And guess what he does? Well, I seen them go to the top. I'm going to the top. Yeah. Yeah. Won his very first ever sprint car race in his first start. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Brendan McLaughlin, that kid just flat wheeled the car. Guy next to me, not John, but the guy behind us, like, well, he should win. He's in the Chase Briscoe racing car. Yeah. I'm like, no, bro. If you just watched that race and thought that was the car that won the race, you're out of your damn mind. Yeah. Like, that was 100% kid on the throttle. Yeah. That had nothing to do with car there. Right. Yeah, that was not no big big half mile deal. Yeah. That was a get up and get, but it was a really good night. And then Saturday, like I said, got rained out going to Hobstop and made my way, Flash, to the Anderson Speedway. First time I've been to Anderson, it was the Glen Ivel Classic. They said this was the 17th running of the Glen Ivel Classic, and I think the last time I was there, it was like the first or second running.
Right.
It's been a long time since I've been to Anderson Speedway. And
Did it have big cushion too?
well, no, it didn't have a big cushion. But I tell you what, it had big speed.
Oh yeah, Anderson always does.
11.1.
Jeez.
Yeah, and the sprint cars around Anderson quarter mile.
That's fast.
It was unbelievable how fast it was. And
that's probably one of my favorite racetracks to watch a race at, as far as asphalt track. You know what I mean?
You need to go watch the sprint cars there, Flash. I am telling you.
I've seen them there once, maybe. I don't know.
There was some guy.
I used to go to the Redbud?
The Redbud was a late model race, yeah.
Yeah, I used to go to that every year.
I've never been to the little 500, but it's on my list. But there's some guy named Cody Swanson that's really good in pavement.
Yeah.
Like he's really good. 9-time USAC Silver Crown champion. Cody Swanson, they don't have no radios, no sticks, nothing at Anderson.
Yeah.
They're not letting you do none of that.
That's good.
In the 500 sprint tour. So Cody Swanson thought Tyler Roaring was on his back bumper because Tyler Roaring started 6th.
Yeah.
He said, when I seen him get to the board, I said, he's got to be coming. Well, Cody Swanson don't realize he was about to lap 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. If that caution went and it came out with 20 to go, he was I haven't seen a beatdown like this.
Yeah.
This was an ass whooping and a half.
Yeah.
It's like somebody owed him money.
Cody's good, man.
Yeah, I mean,
especially on the asphalt stuff. He's good on dirt too, but when it comes to asphalt stuff, he's.
But the race from 2nd to 6th, man, was the titans of pavement sprint car racing.
Yeah.
Tyler Roaring, Bobby Santos.
Yeah.
You had dudes just going at it, and Rylan Gray, dirt sprint car racer, qualified 7th and made his way up to 4th before the throttle linkage broke.
Oh,
he was very impressive.
Yeah.
Because he's a dirt on the cushion kind of guy.
Yeah.
And to slow down, well, not slow down, but to hit your marks.
Right.
You ain't going slow at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good time. Little cold. When I say a little cold, I mean like really cold.
Yeah. Wind blowing.
Yeah. And my dumbass had shorts on. Tanya said, "Don't you think you need pants?" I said, "No, it's gonna be nice. We're going to Hopstad."
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Hopstad didn't race, so we went 160 miles north, where it was not so nice.
Yeah. Well, not to change the subject much, but at my party yesterday, everybody's there standing around, in sandals and shorts and all that stuff. And then I think about 2:30 maybe, the wind started picking up and blowing through there, and the cold front come through. It dropped like 20 degrees in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So everybody's running around trying to find jackets. And stuff.
It was cool.
We had to build a tent with a wraparound enclosure for everybody to hang out in.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
It was pretty cold. So, but luckily Tanya had her sleeping bag and she had an extra blanket. So she did loan me the blanket.
That was nice of her.
Yeah. But I heard about it. She told me. She told me how much of a jackass I was because she said, "Don't you grab some pants or a jacket?" I said, "I got a hoodie. What more I need? It's 90 out."
Yeah.
Yeah. My dumb ass. But I had a good time.
Yeah.
So that's what we got into this week. We're going to get into the Bandit Race Cars fan question of the week. Then we're going to get off here and listen to the Shack Pack, Jeffrey Shackelford. So, Flash, Bandit Race Cars question of the week comes from Tim in Canyon, Texas.
Canyon, Texas.
I have no idea where the hell Canyon, Texas is. That's off my radar.
Yeah.
But Tim, we appreciate you listening. All right. He said, with the coverage being so good now, with social media, streaming, and you can get every result that you need, why is the attendance and car count down? Here in Texas, West Texas, I'm assuming he's in West Texas.
Yep. Sounds like
So here in West Texas, we are struggling to get cars. Can you elaborate?
Yeah.
Tim? There's a couple of reasons for this. One, the cost. The cost of getting to the racetrack, the cost of the cars. I don't know what tracks you attend regularly, but sanctioning fees and touring races are doing really good. I mean, really good. The local shows everywhere in the country are struggling right now.
Yeah.
I say that, and I looked last night because I wanted to give Tim, a legitimate answer. And Boone had 260 race cars.
Yeah.
IMCA country is doing fine. I think it just comes down to the cost of racing, Tim. The coverage is helping the sport. The streaming, you get on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, you see videos of the car running in your feed. that's doing nothing but bringing eyes to the sport. That's not hurting the sport.
Right.
You know, like here's the thing. If you're suggesting that streaming is hurting the sport, like that's not hurting the cars.
No.
Like people staying home watch. Like I'm not like I got me a race car, but I'm gonna stay home and watch tonight.
Right.
So that's not happening. So it's basically just the cost. It's really expensive. And
whatever area you're in too. I mean, like you was talking about Boone. The reason Boone in that area, all of Iowa in that area does good is because everybody there is a farmer. So they get all their stuff out, and then they don't have nothing else to do except for race.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's kind of like what they do.
Yeah, well, it's like, you know, non-mix sprint car in Indiana. It's doing pretty good.
That's what they do. Yeah,
it's doing pretty good. I mean, hell, we had 36 cars on a Friday night.
People were, you know, you got to have people in the area that the less people you have in a certain area. I don't know where that is, so I don't know what the population is in that whole. You know, Texas is a big place, so if you don't have a lot of people close by, it's hard to get people to travel. Well, with the prices now.
And to piggyback off that, Texas also has a ton of racetracks.
Oh, yeah.
So as a promoter, you better be doing your part.
Yep.
It's not just pay the money. I mean, you better get the cars there, have their, you know, I know a lot of guys that don't go to certain racetracks because track prep is not so good.
Yeah. Or they run late till 4 in the morning. Yeah. I mean, there's lots of reasons why people don't go to racetracks.
Yeah, if you run all damn night, that's something that you don't want to. Right. That's not good for anybody. So, but yeah, that's about it. I mean, I don't really know what the answer is to that. No. But I do know that there's somebody flips a U-turn in our yard.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's Uber Eats for the guy back door, guy next to us.
Probably so.
Yeah, but yeah, just turn around the front yard.
Yeah.
Good thing I'm feeling nice today.
Yeah.
Go out there and let Chico have it. But
have to have H&H Lawn Care take care of that.
Yeah, he's gonna take. It'll be all right.
Yeah,
it'll be. I'm Tuesday, bro.
Yeah.
Tuesday she's gonna look good again.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's I don't know. I don't really know what the answer is because I know local racing struggles, but fortunate enough that I get to go to the races 100 nights a year, and I don't go to many local shows. So
yeah,
you know, I haven't seen the negative as much as everybody else. Let's just put it that way. But I have been somewhere where we've had a touring series race, and they've had 10 divisions that had 16 cars total.
Yeah.
But on the stuff
I hate to see that because.
Yeah, but on the stuff that I'm dealing with, and where we go, it's doing pretty damn good.
Yeah.
So, all right, we're gonna get off here and catch up with this week's Kentucky Clutch of Performers deep dive with the leader of the Shack Pack, the former Speedrome Outlaw Figure 8 track champion, third generation racer, one of the most decorated figure 8 racers in the last 3 years, and he's played in the dirt world a little bit, Jeffrey Shackelford. It's time for the Trading Sliders Deep Dives presented by Kentucky Clutch and Performance. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, on this week's Trading Sliders Deep Dive. Flash, this has happened to us a couple times when we come to your state.
Oh, yeah.
Every time we meet up with somebody in Kentucky, we go right to their place.
Yeah.
We get over here to Indiana, you guys are totally different. He claims Indianapolis.
Yeah.
We are nowhere near Indianapolis.
He claims Indianapolis like Barrow does.
Yeah. Ethan Barrow claimed Bloomington. You live closer to Ethan Barrow than you do to Indianapolis. Yeah. But the leader of the Shack Pack, Jeffrey Shackelford, man, thanks for coming on.
No problem. Thank you guys for driving so far. I know we're out in the middle of a cornfield and a pole barn.
Yeah, well, so we kind of just bounce around. I know you're new to these high tech. He said we got good equipment.
Yeah.
You know, that's like the 5th interview in a row. Like, people, you guys good equipment.
Yeah,
that's good.
I'm like, what? You listen to us? You don't think we got shit? I mean, you think we're sitting around doing this on a cell phone?
Tablet?
Yeah.
A+ on equipment, I think. You guys got professional stickers and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, well, thank my wife for that.
Yeah.
That had nothing to do with us.
That and Walt.
Yeah, Walt and Speed Decals. Thank you. He takes care of his son that. But I'm going to start off a little different here. With you because, well, let me introduce you first. Former figure 8 track champion, and for everybody that says, you guys only cover dirt. Well, yeah, we do. But we kind of cover everything. But former figure 8 track champion, current dirt super late model racer, current, probably the most successful figure 8 racer in the last 3 years.
Oh, yeah.
Without a few breaks here and there because sometimes we get 5 weeks. Sometimes we don't. I mean, you just never know. But my first question to you is, you remind me of my family a lot. you got the Shack Pack as a little hood. How the hell y'all become hood out here? I mean, this is like corn stalks and like Jack Slash Fall the Corn DVD.
Right.
I mean, where did the hoodness come from?
Yeah, it's never been like this out here. We recently moved out here about 2-3 years ago, probably. But I still live in the hood. Like I said, this is my dad's house, and I just don't have a big enough shop to keep all of our equipment in. And honestly, we're growing out of this shop here, so we're probably might be moving back to the hood here soon. Who knows? But like you said, man, we've got a little hood in us, and we're proud of that hood. But today we're out in the middle of a cornfield, and here we are.
Yeah, this is the first time that I've ever rode up into a place and been like, yeah, we ain't got to lock shit, bro. Yeah. We are good.
We're good out here.
We are good out here. Yeah, that's the way I grew up.
For sure.
When I'm messaging Shack like, hey, you want to come on? He's like, yeah. I'm like, I know how the Shack Pack rows. I know they don't care to throw down if they got to throw down. I'm thinking, I'm definitely we're going within a half-mile Kitley. I was 100% wrong.
I live about probably a half mile. Like, I just live 2 minutes from the track, probably.
A 45-minute drive to the racetrack from where we're at.
I know you had a little hood in you when I was trying to be like real professional, messaging you back like, thank you, sir, da-da-da-da-da, and you'd be like, bet.
Yeah.
I said, woo.
I'm only professional when this microphone, not so much.
Yeah.
The microphone when we're on TV, I'm a little more professional. But I did bust James Essex balls for 2 hours last week.
Yeah.
So that was how my last Friday went.
That's awesome. He's a good dude.
Yeah, James is awesome. He's one of those guys that I don't think he cared for me much until he got to hang out with me, and then now I think if he doesn't care for me, he's scared for his life. But all jokes aside, though. You third generation racer, you grew up racing at one of the toughest racetracks in the country for two reasons.
Yeah.
A, there's no banking. B, you've got to root, gouge, and push. And C, so much history there right there we joke and say it's the hood, but so much history right there at the Indianapolis Speedrome. And, and I've asked other kids of your genre this, how is it being a third generation racer, growing up in your dad's shadow? Because your dad's like Jeff Roshak is the original Shack Pack.
Yeah,
he's if we got a problem, we'll just handle it over here. But how is it? Because do you feel like you got to have that persona?
Yeah.
Because you've grown up, I've known you for a while, and the last 5 years is different than the first 5 years.
Yeah, 100%. Like you said, I kind of ran into you when I first started figure eight, and I ran against the Harmons, and you kind of was helping them a little bit. Yeah, it's tough. At the same time, you want to be able to be your own person, and you know what I'm saying? When I first started, I was rough. My goal was out there to go tear the car up is pretty much what my goal would be, Just because I had a bunch of people behind me, and I knew there wasn't nobody could really mess with me, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't, like you said, you just grow a little bit, Nowadays, I just try to take care of my equipment and bring it home in one piece because, one, now I have to pay for it. For two, I don't want to have to work and then still try to make a living and then have to work on a race car all week, So, but like you said, I try to be my own person, but I still want to have my dad's flavor in me, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it is my dad, and he's the one that I grew up rooting for ever since I was a little kid, So that's it.
I know exactly where you're coming from.
Oh yeah, I do too.
Everybody's got a little bit of that, like you guys said. You're racers too. I'm sure you guys watch your parents race or your dad race.
Yeah. Well, not only did I watch my dad race,
I raced against mine every week.
Oh gosh.
I hit my dad in the damn intersection. So trust me, we are good.
I only thought about hitting my dad head on one night. Then I thought, well, this is stupid because I have to fix both cars in.
That sucks, man. I can only imagine racing. I think I did it one time, and I think we was banging doors or something too.
Yeah.
So
it's fun though. It's worth it.
Yeah.
Well, that was me. So this is really funny. So my dad's leading, and I'm running second. And I'm in the fight of my life. This dude is all over me, beating me, twisting me, turning me. And so I look up, and my dad's leading, and he says he's got half track on us. I'm like, well, shit, I'm good. Yeah. He's going to cut in behind. I never even looked up. I'm looking in the mirror. Oh, we got it. Down goes Frazier.
Yeah, we got one on its back.
Yeah, well, this is kind of, that's a first on the training sliders there. This guy's all over me. I'm not even paying attention. And as we go through the intersection, I hear ting, and I look over to my left, and all I see is this.
Swinging.
It's swinging. And when I get to the corner, the caution flag's out. I come back by, my dad's parked up on the wall. I said, he's going to be pissed. So, but, in all seriousness, though, racing at the Indianapolis Speedrome, there's so much history there. It gets a bad rap because of the fights and the roughness of it, but it molds you to be such a race car driver. And teaches you, and then we talk about a little hood. Take no shit.
Yeah.
Like you can't take shit. You
sure.
got 50 laps, and we'll put aluminum. Well, now aluminum's expensive, but back then aluminum didn't cost shit. It didn't matter.
Yeah, for
Right,
sure.
yeah.
Now I think it's like 135 a sheet or something, man. So it's crazy.
You know, you think every time you tear a quarter panel off costs $400 and you get it wrapped again.
Yeah, dang near.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, racing at the Speedrome, and then you transferred over to dirt. First off, your dad did some dirt racing. Were you a big dirt fan growing up? Because I know how figure eight guys are, as they call them, roundy rounds.
Yeah.
Most figure eight people don't like roundy rounds, but your dad, he branched out. So was it something that he was like, we're going to give this dirt thing a try, or is it
Yep.
Speedrome getting stale, try something else? What was it?
Man, my first ever car was like a Hornet, like a 93 Accord. We traded a window air conditioning unit for it like in the middle of the winter time. And we drove it home 45 minutes away with no headlights it was already gutted to be a front wheel drive, you know what I'm saying?
So you picked it up right out here.
No, it was close. It was close. It'd be like pretty much driving it out here all the way to Indy in the snow. And I kind of started doing that, some oval stuff there, and then I kind of got bored of the Hornet stuff and moved to street stocks, and that oval just wasn't like curing my addiction, I guess. You know what I mean? Wasn't scratching my itch. So we ended up getting a figure eight car. My dad kind of stepped down. He was racing a bunch at the time, and he was like, all right, if you want to drive, then here, you just drive. And ever since then, man, I've just never looked back. Like you said, that Speedrome, man, it's tough. Like you said, there's no banking. It's a bull ring track. Most of the time, you got to start at the tail. Especially if you win a race prior in the season, they kind of got a weird starting setup. But
Well,
I know
hold
all
on,
about that.
Yeah, you say
it sucks.
weird.
Sportsdrome, same way.
That's the system we grew up on.
Yeah,
That's
it's been like that forever.
We talk about inverts and stuff with all these kids now.
Yeah.
And, almost every podcast we do, we ask them about it.
For sure.
And they're like, no, man, we don't want to do that. We want to start in front. I was like, well, you didn't grow up where we grew up racing.
Yeah.
We start dead. If you run good, you start last every night.
Start 25th or something like that.
No, sometimes we start up to 33, 34.
Yeah.
Like, you start 34 and 25 laps. I'm thinking, if I pass a car lap, those last 5 laps, I'm going to have to get 2 of these fools.
Yeah.
Like,
That ain't
I'm
no
going to
joke.
have to miss the wreck. Is what I'm going to have to do.
I'm going to have to cause a wreck, but miss the wreck. When you decided to go dirt racing, how much of an eye-opening experience was it? Because I started on the pavement and transitioned to dirt, and so did Kurt.
Yeah.
So I know what it was like for me. So for you, how much was it? It was like, holy shit.
I didn't really even answer your question there at the end. I don't know why I didn't, but
That's all
kind
right.
of
We do that a
brain-farted.
lot.
Yeah.
But like you said, my dad kind of stepped away from the figure eight stuff, and I kind of started racing figure eight. So he kind of got a dirt car, and drove for CJ Rayburn there a little bit. And I'd go to the dirt race and I always complain like, this is too dirty. I don't want to get dirty. I don't want to have to sit here and clean the car every week. And the older I got, the more it started to grow on me. So I ended up getting a dirt car, and we stepped away from the figure eight stuff, period, and we ran some dirt stuff in a Rayburn, and it started to grow on me, man. It's just the competition level, you know what I mean? All them dirt guys they're just all good drivers, man. Like when you show up to these dirt tracks, these guys, they'll be walking around with bib overalls on and just boots and racing in them, and they're good. They are. Your first show up, like my first dirt race ever, I think I showed up and I was like, man, look at these guys. I mean, do you really think they're going to be going good? Of course, I was from the city, the hood, as you call it, Bet.
Joke's on you, bro.
Yeah, and it quickly got a hold of me, man.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, these guys don't play.
Yeah. So all right, I'm just going to picture this because I kind of gave him shit all the time when he was younger. I called him Rhinestone blue jeans.
Mm-hmm.
So he had on his blue jeans and had the little stitching with the diamonds on his ass. Looked like juicy stripper pants.
Yeah.
And then he had a tap out shirt on, blue, yellow, pink. But you'd have some J's on with the same color shoestrings as your tap out shirt. So that's why he had the problems with the dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are right, man. Especially when you're young. You just want to be like, oh, yeah, I want a new body on mine or a new wrap or something, The older you get, you got to get it to victory lane. That's the main goal.
Well, it's funny is because we talk about that. Like, my gear that I got on is the same shit I've been wearing since I was in high school. I mean, we got the same flat bill hat on, the same Dickies.
You're an OG.
Yeah, it's like this shit done came back out. Like, I've been wearing it the whole time.
For sure.
Yeah. How hard was it for you to get used to, like, from driving asphalt, you go in the corner and you're all up somebody's door, and they pretty much know you're there. Mm-hmm. But then when you get in the late model and you run up and you're up to the door and then they turn left on you.
Yeah, there's no mirrors or nothing in the dirt car. You know what I mean? That's just pretty much flat out. The Speedrome, if somebody was to do that, they're ready to kill each other. They're ready to fight and all kinds of stuff. So it's a big difference, though.
It's a whole lot different.
But I do feel like when I run my figure eight car now, like we'll go out and run the figure eight car a couple weeks, and then we'll take a break and go run the dirt car a couple weeks. I feel like after I run the dirt car a couple weeks, I come back to Speedrome and I'm a much better driver.
Yeah.
I try to tell people there's a reason why like Kyle Larson does it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He don't just go race the dirt just for the hell of it.
I think
you know
you
what
can
I'm saying?
take a lot of stuff from each one.
You can.
And it helps the driver out.
Yeah, you're right.
Especially running figure eight, because
yeah.
figure eight you slide into the corner.
Yeah.
Well, most people don't. If Corey Harmon's listening, he's pushing in the corner like a dump truck.
That's what he
Most
always
people-
says. It won't turn.
Yeah, it won't turn. It won't. But seriously though, in the figure eight car, you kind of slide in the corner, and then you got to set it up and drive it with the throttle off.
Yeah.
And that's dirt racing. But dirt racing is a little more extreme. But my theory, why you say, you say you think you're better on the pavement after coming from the dirt, and it's because on the pavement, certain guys, you start hitting your marks, and you know where you got to lift. And dirt, you got to search around so much.
Yeah.
So if you miss your mark on the pavement, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Because, okay, well, I just stumbled onto something. I'm swinging out wide, and oh shit, he's pushing up. I could turn underneath him.
Yeah.
So it is what it is,
You're right.
On the dirt, though, your mark goes away.
Yeah,
Yeah, it does.
Mark
And
changes.
especially if there's a car in front of you, you got tear off and it's blowing dirt all over your face.
Or just 10 laps later, and that mark's gone.
It is
It's
gone,
a
true.
new mark.
Yeah, we need to, Kevin, we need to dig a few holes up at the speedrome in the turn.
It's got some
Make
character.
the guys race around it.
Yeah, it's got some character. He's actually got the track tore up today. It's crazy you just said that. He's got part of the infield tore up, putting patches down. But
that's
like
because
speedrome on the 8, like when you get in the corner, there's like concrete patches, so it
Gets a
does
little
slide
slick,
around.
yeah.
It does.
Yeah, and it was like that back years ago when I raced at the speedrome. It was the same way. Because it would be so shocking to me. We used to run, they called it the Snowball Series, like Outlaw Stocks.
Yeah.
You were a little shit then.
Yeah.
So we'd come up when the season was over, and we'd run it, and those guys go in and they just cut right to the bottom, and then when they hit that concrete, they push up to the center. I'm thinking, and then they come back down and like mad as hell. I'm like, why do you think? Hell yeah, I'll spun you out. Like you went from the marker tire. Now you guys got U tires. Like, but you went from the marker tire to the wall to the marker tire. Bro, I was in the same line.
Sure.
With the figure eight racing though, and always being in traffic, it resembles a lot of dirt racing, doesn't it?
Yeah, 100% it does. Like you said, if speedrome's known, especially like Sportsdrome, I hear people all the time saying, "Oh, it's just a bottom track. It's just a bottom track." Well, you got to better go somewhere to like learn how to pass. You know, like you said about the dirt stuff too. You always got to find the line. Like sometimes that speedrome all the way down on the bottom is good, but sometimes the top clears off too. You know what I mean? You can put it on the top and pass a couple cars. So, like you said, you still got to search around.
One thing that I will say, because the Outlaw Figure eight cars, to me, I always want to talk a little bit of tech, just for the little bit of people that.
Yeah, you're a racer.
Like the Outlaw Figure eight car. I've been on record for saying this, and I've had some people absolutely want to murder me for saying this. But like, look at the race car. The race car looks badass. We don't need these adjustable shocks. We don't need a $40,000 race engine.
True.
Like, because the car has the look.
Yeah, true.
So if you go a 16-second or a 17-second lap, the people that's coming to watch these, they're already fascinated by the look. So let's cut the
cost. And especially cars going in an 8, you know what I'm saying? That's just a crazy part. You don't want to hear it. People don't really hear that kind of thing unless they come to it and see it, you know?
Yeah. Like let's cut the cost a little bit in these things, because I mean, and another thing too, like the lock, the rear ends, like, oh my God, everybody, like Ben Tony, you're gonna hate hearing this. Everybody needs to run a damn spool.
Yeah,
everybody run a spool.
I just had this conversation with him a couple weeks ago, and I think he's for that. And another big thing is like with the shocks and stuff, man, not a lot of guys even know. Like they'll just call, like, this car's got some advanced shocks on it. I've got Bilsteins, like I've got Penske's, I've got a bunch of different brands. But people call these big brand companies and, hey, we want a set of shocks for a dirt late model. They just bolt them on their car and think they're going to be good. You know what I mean? You got to learn how to work on them. Nowadays, it's not just double adjustable compression and rebound. Now it's triple adjustable, high compression. You know, there's so many. Oh, it's crazy, so man. 90% of the guys at Speedrome, which I'm not dogging on nobody, 90% of the guys at Speedrome don't even know like what a click of compression does, or they don't know. They never had their stuff on a shock dyno.
Well, this is what they do.
So it might help them, like going back to an older traditional like shock, like what you're saying.
Well, they call up Corey in advance and says, "Look, Corey, I want what Ben's got. I want what Jeffrey's got." And he's like, "Well, they got different. Ben weighs 100 pounds more, so we got blah blah blah." And then they're like, "Well, no, I want the same thing." Well, that's not how it works.
Yeah.
Like, you can have a T8, you can have a Moose, you can have Fenwick or Doug Gregg's car, like whoever's building these cars now. I think I got them all. Oh, NASA. I think I got most of them.
No, you got them all, man.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So
You've been out of the figure eight stuff a long time and still nailed it all.
Well, sometimes it never leaves you. I say this a lot about the Sportsdrome, and it goes for the Speedrome too. You can take the guy out of the Speedrome or the Sportsdrome. You can take him out of the drone, but you can't take the drone out of him.
Truth.
Yeah.
That's right, man.
I mean,
You're right.
Like, I've been the same guy that jumped the fence to get in a fight.
Yeah.
Like, after being thrown out. Like, I was that guy, so I get it.
Yeah.
But honestly, though, the way the figure eight racing's going now, you guys are getting out traveling a little bit.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm wrong or tell me I'm right, but we need a figure eight sanctioning body.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like, all I hear about is like how the General Tire Series was a thing back in the day, and all these series and stuff, which I wasn't alive then, but that just sounds like so fun. That sounds like so fun going to the 7 or 8 different tracks a year,
Yeah. Well, and the reason why I say that is because I'm not gonna. You've already talked about this. So I'm not gonna beat it. I'm not gonna beat a dead horse. But you go to Florida. You go to Showtime. You go to Freedom.
Arbordale.
Hold on, but Freedom Factory. We don't need to be going there unless they go do some grinding.
Yeah.
Somebody's like, we don't need no General Lee figure eight races.
It had plenty of character, that track did.
Yeah. I'm all for tracks being rough and
sure.
it produces good racing, but not a big half-mile figure eight track with a ramp in the intersection.
Yeah.
This ain't test drive even destruction.
Yeah.
We're not messing with that, okay? But seriously though, like, you go to different racetracks, you got different rules, and we work for a series, so I can justify talking about this
For sure.
But not only that, figure eight racing for a long time, it's always been called a carny sport.
Yeah.
It's carny.
For sure. I've heard that too a lot.
Yeah, and hell, I grew up in it. Like, I've had people tell me, why you shit on figure eight racing? I don't shit on figure eight racing. Hell, my dad raced figure eight, my little brother raced figure eight, I raced figure eight. Like, I'm not shitting on it, I'm being truthful.
True.
So it's been called carny, it's sideshow, but the racing is ultra competitive. But like when you guys went to Showtime this year, there was a big hoopla, a big shit show.
Yeah.
That's why figure eight gets such a bad rap.
Yeah, but just very unprofessional. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I seen your video. It went viral.
Yeah,
But,
it did. And I didn't want it to be that kind of guy. Like, I don't want to bash a track. You know what I mean? Because I enjoy racing there. I want to have tracks to race at. You know.
And that place races badass.
It does race badass, man. It's got sand. It's got some character. It's got some dark spots. And it, like you said, it does race badass.
Yeah. But that's why figure eight gets such a bad rap.
For sure.
And one thing that I will say, I've told all the figure eight drivers that I spoke to, you guys, none of you all will stick together.
Yeah.
Like none of you, like you'll get 8 guys together. We are pissed. We don't like the tire rule.
Yeah.
We're all gonna go up here and we're gonna complain about the tire rule. And you leave, and the person that was the spokesperson is the only person that the racetrack's pissed at. The rest of them's like, I don't know what Jeffrey's talking about.
Yeah, it does suck. It's like that, man. You are 100% right. It's kind of gotten better these last few years. We've been all like, if we have a questions or the driver's trying to figure something out at Speedrome, I'm speaking for I really the other tracks that we've been to, like Showtime, and Auburndale was super good this year. It was we voted on like what kind of tires we wanted, so it's gotten a lot better. But I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, Jeffrey, we're not running that son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And then so he stays home and like, hell yeah, I got me one tonight.
They just didn't want to be the bad guy.
And that's the thing. I think there needs to be some type of sanctioning body, some type of
set in stone
or at least rules,
And we need somebody, and I think Kevin is good for this. He is a guy that, he came from figure eight racing, so he loves figure eight.
Yeah, he was a car owner and he's grew up in it his whole life, just about like you, So
and here's the thing, he owns a racetrack. He's not going to start a series.
No.
Why the hell would he do that? So because then you got guys like you, like, well, I'm not going to go run the $1,500 win race. He's got $5,000 race in 2 weeks. Yeah. So he's not going to start a series.
He had that Winter Storm series not this past year, the year before that, and it was like a 3-race series. Like, it was a Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, and we just didn't. I think he ended up getting rid of the track and kind of stepping away. So hopefully he does something like that again. It ain't really smart on his part.
Yeah, no. But hold on, I got a whole question. I got a whole issue about this too. This is going to sound like, it sounds like here it goes again, Flash. It sounds like I'm shitting on figure eight racing again.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Like, we drive up here to the hood, but not so hood in the country. To talk shit about what we grew up in. Yeah, we could have done this shit at the Sportsdrome.
Yeah.
But seriously, you guys go to Florida and to race, which is great because everybody needs to start their season in Florida to an extent, except for the USAC cars.
Yeah.
The USAC guys need to keep their ass here in Indiana. But you guys go to start in Florida, which is awesome. Everybody wants to be a part of Speed Weeks. Everybody wants to be a part of everything. Yep. But so we get down there, We practice Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We race Saturday. Then we take off Sunday because everybody's fighting and mad at each other. We got to put clips on rear ends on their cars. And then we practice Tuesday. We race Wednesday. Then we got to go to the next track. Then we practice Thursday. We practice Friday. We race. You guys just race 9 nights on your equipment, on your motors, on your shocks, on your tires, on your hotel stays, and you race for 3 paychecks. How come we can't race Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Yeah, I don't know neither. I don't work in the scheduling department. You know what I mean? Kevin's pretty smart at that. There's been some track owners that I highly disagree with on that kind of thing, but you are right, man. I don't know. It's tough. Like I said, he had that one year, and it actually went pretty smooth, and he ended up selling the track. So, like you said, I don't even want to begin to. I think a lot of people go to Florida because they just sit in the house all winter long, just working on their stuff, you know, and it's tax time, you know what I mean? There's some money going around, you know what I mean, throughout the whole country. So I think people just start getting the itch and wanting to go race. So
go somewhere where it's warm.
Yeah, go somewhere. Yeah, I didn't even think about that neither. The weather here is so cold.
Yeah, well, and the thing is, man,
you're right though. I feel like figure 8 racers, they get more practice than anything.
You know what would help figure 8 racing?
What?
No practice.
Yeah.
Like green, white checker. You know why? Because you got all these shocks, right?
For sure.
What are you doing that thing right there? The late model.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
You get 3 practice laps, and you better have your stuff right, or you might as well load it up.
That's why dirt racing produces.
For sure.
Your cars
and they're trying to save the track
in.
too. You know what I mean? Their track. You know what I mean? If you sit there and let guys wear the track out, you know what I mean? It ain't very good. It's already slicked off or something by feature time too.
It's good. It's good for practice. Is good for one. I'd say 3, but it's really good for one person and one company, the tire company.
Oh yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing it's good for. That is the only thing.
And the engine rebuilders. I mean, me and my dad probably. I bet we had 10,000 laps in practice with each other. Just me and him racing each other. Yeah. Nobody else. Just me and him. Probably because you could go out there and get there at 4 o'clock and have 5 practice sessions before
I think
race
that's
time.
just asphalt period, though.
Yeah, I think it is. It's totally
I see super
different.
late model guys, like big super late model teams, asphalt late model teams, they show up with 10 sets of tires and have every tire wore out by the time they go home.
What the hell did you do?
When I first went dirt racing, I go to the racetrack and I figured it up. I had like 3 laps and
18 laps or
3 heat race, 8 lap heat race and a 15 lap feature.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's just not enough to race.
I ran 22 laps.
But then it's pretty cool because you didn't have to work on everything all week.
Yeah, true. Maintenance in it.
And one thing to me though, I'm just talking about just helping the racing in general.
Yeah.
As I say that, this is a terrible week to talk about it because his ass came from 22nd last week.
Yeah.
So I'm telling everybody that it needs help, and he's like, shit, don't need help over here.
Yeah.
It's good on my end.
Yeah, but he's starting out, you know, I mean, that's what kind of hurts people like starting out too. Like me on the dirt side, you know, I haven't really got to go test or nothing, so it's just kind of a deal where it's trial and error. I come home and I make some changes on something, or I try to guess a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
That's where you got these high-dollar crew chiefs coming in at, all these shock programs, the shock dynos. There's 19 things you can do, so it's give and take, man. It's got its goods, it's got its pros, and it's got its cons.
But the thing is though, like all the practice on these things, you know what to do with the shocks, so you would be an advantage for less practice.
True.
You, Mark Tony, Jesse, like you guys, because you guys know how to adjust the car, but it would help the racing because the guy that doesn't know how to adjust a car, and you know he goes and buys the best of everything, and he gets 4 days to figure it out. Well, you know, let's just say his driving ability isn't the greatest, but his car is now. So now he's a weapon. Where if he didn't know, he could adjust himself out.
Yeah.
You didn't have to worry about him.
True.
Yeah.
You're all right.
See, that's what Superman was saying about you.
Yeah.
It's like damn weapon up here at Brownstown Speedway. How in the hell you make John? Like,
He's the only person I've ever seen make him that mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was mad. He acted like I just
did
took
donuts in
20,000
the
from him
infield.
or something.
There's like 40 people out there around him.
I still got my rookie stripes for being a dirt late model guy, and it was at a Lucas race one time, and we was the very first group out in the track was still slimy, and he took the checker, and I was behind him, and he just kind of rolled in the corner, just like stopped pretty much, and I hit the brakes, and it just took off sliding, and I was like. And it was like last year when it was in the championship, like running for the points. It was a chase or something.
Yeah.
And I knocked all the fender and everything off of his stuff, man. I felt so bad about it. So I pulled in the infield, and he was cowboying me. He shot more dirt on the car than just on that burnout that I did in making 3 or 4 laps in the track. I said, "Oh God, this guy's gonna kill me."
Yeah. So Shaq's hood when he pisses off the world champion, and has him doing demolition derby.
He was not happy.
Superman went Speedrome on the Speedrome guy.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
I thought about going down there and talking to him, like apologizing and stuff, but I was like, man, I better just stay away from him.
Now, he's a pretty good sized boy.
Yeah, he is pretty good, and he's down there in Georgia somewhere. He eats a lot of corn and stuff. He's an old corn-fed guy. So
I mean, you see those big ass cows he's got?
Yeah.
He grabs them by the head. Don't let him grab Shaq by the head. I mean, Shaq Pack does run deep. I mean, he can grab a couple
We'll have
of you
to call the
guys.
brother.
He can grab a couple of you guys. So what's the plan for the dirt late model this year? Because first off, are we running for a championship in the figure eight? I mean, we won one. We were winning two. They figured up the points tally. You decided to run over somebody after the race because maybe you got ran over in the race. Hearsay, I don't know. I wasn't there.
For sure.
I was doing the dirt stuff then, so I'm just going by what I seen on Facebook. And then they penalized you for the 5 weeks. And so we're gonna run for a championship, or what are we gonna do?
Man, I'm not sure. I feel like every year we fire off pretty good. Like last year, we fired off about the same. This year, we fired off a little bit better than last year, winning every race that they've had so far. I don't know. We're going to take the dirt car to Paragon this Friday and probably take the figure eight car back to Speedrome and just try to just race as much as I can, man. I've been very fortunate with a bunch of sponsors in the last few years, and our equipment's going in the right direction. We've got a few big pieces ordered for the dirt stuff, and I don't know. It's tough to turn down a Speedrome championship just because any kind of championship's tough. You know, a Crown Vic championship nowadays, it's hard to win. So I don't know. I'm on the fence. I just try to race as much as I can, as long as my wallet stays happy and all my light bills paid and stuff like that. So we're just going to try to keep rolling. So I can't really give you an honest answer.
Well, damn! I thought he was gonna say, I'm running the Slinging Dirt series. I'm gonna run all the big figure eight races.
You might be right.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. I mean, you never know. Well, see, you're doing good points here. You go to Circle City next weekend, run good. Hell, you're good in the points.
True.
Yeah,
I mean,
there you go.
Then we got to see you at Brownstown on Saturday.
True.
And then your decision's made.
Yeah, you're probably right. I don't know, man. It's just tough. I just like to race, and whatever I'm in, I like to win, and I tend to win pretty good amount in the figure eight stuff, fortunately, you know what I mean? And maybe one day I'll get good enough in the dirt stuff where I don't even want to jack with the figure eight stuff anymore. So
Well, that's
the goal, though. That's the goal, is just to try to race as much as I can, try to run 3 or 4 days a week for a living is the main goal. But it's going in the right direction, though.
Well, and here's one thing, too. This year, it gets... Like, you're in central Indiana. You are in sprint car capital of the world. And you're a I say full fender. Full fender to the front of me, no fenders to the behind me.
Yeah.
But you're taking a different path. Because around here, if you want to find a late model ride, well, guess what? You better go get one yourself.
True.
Because there's not any around here. There's some in southern Indiana.
Yeah.
But there's not any around here. So it's not like you can say, well, I want to do this, and then if this don't work, I'll find another ride. Mm-hmm. If this don't work, you push it over to the side because,
pretty much. Right before you got here, I had the dirt car over there on the side, and I was like, if we're going to go race on Friday, better drag it on out. But you are right. You are.
So with the dirt racing, and how's your crew take it? Because I know how the Shack Pack is. They run deep. They bleed deep. They bleed Speedrome, man. Like, they've got special chains on some of the gates on the backstretch. So the crew that's on the backstretch stays on the backstretch.
I don't know. It was a little shady at first, but I think it's starting to grow on him. My brother Boots is what we call him. His name's Garrett. He just got back from working for Chamberlain Racing. He worked for them since January, so he's got some dirt experience under his belt. So we haven't took the dirt car out since he's been back. So can't wait to work on some of the knowledge that he's had dealing with them. Our crew tends to be a lot more slim when we go to the dirt track. Like you said, It's hard to get the guys out of the 317 or out of the circles, out of 465. But sometimes it's good, man. Sometimes you go to the Speedrome and I'm kind of overwhelmed with just all the people that are around. And there's a lot of pressure, There's always a ton, like you said, there's always a ton of people around us. And sometimes we go to the dirt race and it's just only me and my brother or me and another guy, one of my friends, or me and Dad or somebody. There's only a couple of us, usually just a truck full or maybe 3 or 4 in the truck, and we go. And sometimes it's a lot peacefuler, So you tend to learn a little more. You got a little less time to focus, and we don't really have no standards in the dirt stuff other than just try to run as many laps as we can and just try to learn. That's the biggest thing. It'd just be like a guy just stepping into the figure eight world, not really having any experience. You know what I mean?
Well, what's fascinating to me is, so on the garage to the right of us right now, you expect to win.
Yeah.
To the left of us, if you drive it back to the trailer at their final event, it was a damn good night.
True.
Yeah.
The pressure over there is nowhere near like the pressure over here.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. And that's why I say it's like a gift and a curse at the same time. People are always seeing me at the track, I was like, oh, you just got all these people around. Yeah, well, sometimes it's great and sometimes it's not great, especially when we're not running good on the figure eight side or we're not even running good on the dirt side. You know, people are like, oh, what the heck's wrong with it? You know what I mean?
You're like,
it's a gift and a curse, man.
If I knew what the hell was wrong with it, I wouldn't be in the damn B main, okay?
Yeah, true.
I don't know what the hell's wrong with it.
True.
That's why we're here. We're trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
So this year you guys got some races at Anderson.
Yep.
First time, I think they ran one last year or something. You got a couple races at Anderson. You got a couple races at the Sportsdrome. So the Midwest figure eight scene is kind of branching out a little bit. Tracks are working together.
Yeah, they are.
First time in a long time.
Yeah, they ain't no kidding.
I mean, they're not scheduled on top of each other.
Yeah, for sure.
And the reason why I bring this up, because we're going into the World Championship figure eight race this year. It's the biggest one in the history. 50,000 to win, and I really hope the car turnout and everything is what everybody's expecting.
Yeah, the hype.
But the problem is, Sportsdrome don't run these cars every week no more. Anderson don't run them every Wednesday night no more like they did when I was a kid.
True.
So, we still got the same 30 cars in the area.
Yeah.
So where are we going to pull all these cars from to make it what it deserves to be?
Yeah, it's tough. I think a lot of guys, there's going to be like guys that come out of retirement. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's going to be some guys down there around the Kentucky area come out. Well, our car count's been pretty strong, and I think the first weekend at Speedrome we was up to like 25, 26, 27 cars. This week we had 22 or 23. I don't know. I'm expecting at least 50, and that being like a minimum. I think towards the end of the year, as people are going to start getting more excited, I think more cars are going to be because there's still a lot of cars out there just like sitting on jack stands and not really nobody's tending to. And I think them are going to get bought up. And I know a couple of teams that have 3 or 4 extra cars. I think there's going to get drivers put in them. But yeah, 50,000 to win figure eight races is crazy.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
It is crazy.
Yeah. Here I go. So I've gone like 10 minutes and not pissed off figure eight world.
Yeah.
Here I go again. Can we? Do you like the 3 hour? Not the event. But do you like the 3 hour race?
Yeah, I was about to tell you, like, the reason why I kind of want to run as many figure eight races as I can, because it's just like sharpening a knife, you know what I mean? You got to have your driving skills and your timing, and you got to know who you're racing against, you know what I mean? Some guys drive a lot different. Some guys are going to give you that break at the crossover. Some guys are going to be a little more ornery. So it ain't just like you can just show up a couple weeks before the race and try to dial yourself in. It's going to take probably close to 3/4 of a season to dial your car in, dial the tire in. You know what I'm saying?
We got shit flying everything.
Yeah, I don't know. We're out here in the middle of a cornfield. It'd be coyote or something walking here in a minute.
Hey, look, I'm hood, but I'm not coyote hood, bro. Yeah.
You guys are wildcat hood.
Yeah, I'm wildcat hood. Bobcat, wildcat, no coyote shit around here, all right? But what I'm saying is, it deserves what it used to be.
For sure.
And I'm afraid that it's never going to be what it used to be because we don't have as many. There's not as many opportunities. Yeah. And hell, like go to the World 100, you see 100 cars, everybody, that's amazing. We went to the World 100 where there's 200 cars.
I had 222 the first World 100 I went to.
We're at that in every stage of the sport, you know?
But I think a lot of it goes back to what you was talking about earlier, Bobby. Those shocks, the stuff like that.
For sure. And I think just the technology part's kind of scared some people away on the dirt side and the figure eight side. There's a reason why there's not 200 cars out there nowadays. There's 200 cars out there built. I mean, you get on Facebook Marketplace and there's cars all over the place. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I think just the technology scares guys, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they know they have to spend all this money on shocks and your suspension and, like you just said, a $40,000-$50,000 engine to go race. So it kind of scares them, as in when CJ, or like you said, when you work for Masters Built, them kind of times, man, you can go and run and not have to have the best of the best and just kind of rely on your talent a little bit to run. Nowadays, you got to have the equipment to run. And I think that just scares a lot of people on both sides, the figure eight side and the dirt side.
Well, and that's the reason why I said, the shocks and the rear end gear, like, we got to get these cars unstuck. Like right now, figure eight racing is like slot car racing.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody stuck to the track.
And everybody that I hear kind of gets their feet wet in a figure eight car, they're saying, oh, them's the best handling cars we've ever driven. If I get a buddy that's been in a street stock, he'll get in that and be like, man, this thing drives so good, you know?
Yeah.
But the thing about it is just a lot of the figure eight guys that run nowadays, probably the 30 cars that run consistently, there's probably a 30. That'd be a comfortable number. They've all got this stuff nowadays, so it'd be hard to take it all from them and make them buy another thing and spend more money on. That's another part. But like you said, man, I wish I wish they had a shock claimer rule to cut the prices in half, but it's just the way today's world is. You know, that'd be like, I want that to happen on the dirt side because I struggle at the dirt side working on the shock. So of course I want everybody to be on the same stuff because I feel like it'd be more of an advantage for me. You know what I mean?
Well, if you want that on the dirt side, all you got to do is drive right through Illinois. So when you go over here and get on 70, all right?
Okay.
Drive right through Illinois, and then you'll get to this great state called Iowa. In IMCA, you got engine claim, carburetor claim, shock claim. I think you might be able to claim the dude's wife if you got enough money. And we know that shit goes on at the Speedrome. So, I mean, you might even be able to do that.
I don't know.
But well, I was just gonna say, you know, we was talking about these cars here, like you can't take them back now.
Yeah.
I mean, they're already where they're at.
True.
But you can't build another division below them that's going to be like halfway close without still spending almost as much money.
Free stocks or what do you call them, like oval extremes?
There's
you know
no free stock cars to build anymore.
Yeah,
there's no frames. It's going to have to be a built frame. So I mean, you're going to end up with the same thing you got anyway.
True.
So
it's one of those things where you just don't. You know, I just wish there was something that we could do to protect this.
Yeah.
This over here is going to be okay because you guys got 15 figure-8 tracks in the country. That over there,
15 in the state.
There's 38 dirt tracks in the state of Indiana.
Yeah.
There's 30 now. Some of them are micro sprint tracks.
Yeah.
But you guys only got 15 figure-8 tracks. Where there's even an option over here.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty much all generational drivers nowadays, you know, like the Harmons obviously, or my family, or the Tunney family. I think there's been close to 10 Tunney drivers before. You know, it's pretty much you got introduced it through generational. I don't know, like you said, it's kind of picking back up from where it was when you guys first started. I don't know, hopefully it don't die off. Hopefully it continues to grow.
No, we just killed the spirits.
Yeah,
You're good. As long as there's a hillbilly that's going to keep going.
The 50th anniversary is going to be the greatest thing ever. I didn't mean it like that.
You're good. I know.
What do you think about the figure-8 race though on dirt? Do you like it?
Oh, I loved it, man.
Did you?
Especially with my dirt experience, you know.
Yeah, that's what I was
felt
gonna say.
like it was awesome. I haven't looked at like Circle City's schedule or nothing like that, but hopefully the race is still in there. Just because one, it was my uncle's race, and for two, that was just so awesome, honestly.
Yeah.
It's about the same size as Speedrome too, so it's just a good short track race.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Circle City. I've said this 100 times, and I'm gonna say this again. Never in a million years did I think Kevin and then transition to Eddie that would be able to take a facility that they knew nothing about and turn it into Indiana's hidden gem.
I think it was like a dirt bike track or something when they first got it. There wasn't no stands.
I seen a TQ midget race there back in the 90s.
Wow.
They ran a TQ midget race there, but it had like baseball bleachers over here and like maybe 8 or 10 of the highway walls on the front.
Nowhere near what it was now.
Yeah, but you know they took that and turned it into one of the best racetracks in the state.
Yeah.
And I give them all the credit in the world because
100%.
When I was told that they're building a dirt track and they've got these great ideas, I said, this is going to be a cluster and a half.
Yeah.
And I was wrong. I had to eat my words. I was 100% wrong. And it just races so good. That's one of those places I hope and pray it stays around forever. And I hope the city gets behind. When USAC's in town, they're behind it. When Lucas comes to town, they bring the people. It don't matter.
Yeah.
But we need the people to get behind that place track because it is awesome.
Yeah, and it is awesome, like we talked about when you first walked in over here. It's kind of awesome that I don't know the guy's name or nothing like that, but it's awesome that another racer or race team bought it, you know what I mean? Not like a business guy or a guy that just wears a suit and just wants to collect the money. It takes a racer to run a racetrack, and about like what you're doing, promoting and stuff, and talking over the voice thing, and it takes a racer to understand that, to understand the words and how to talk.
Yeah, I'm no talker by any means. I screw up so much stuff, but I just put out this little video. I said, listen, if you need somebody to do some voiceovers and fumble over words, I'm the man for the job. If you want it professionally done, shit, you better call somebody else. You better call somebody.
We call that keeping 100 in the hood.
Yeah. Well, that's me. That shit be real. That's what in my neighborhood. That's the way it is. What's your dream? What's the dream? Is it Lucas Oil late models, or is it we want the figure-8 cars to become the World of Outlaws or Lucas Oil? Like, if you had to pick, what was you like? All right. This is what I want.
I don't know. Both of the things that you just said would be awesome. You know what I mean? Just to be able to race for a living, no matter what car it is. I'd drive a Hornet or a Crown Vic for a living if that's what paid my bills. And that's what, at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to, is just doing what makes sense. Just trying to be able to do something that you love to do for a living. I'm very fortunate enough. I work for myself. I'm self-employed, and I get to drive race cars. You know what I mean? That's just awesome. I hear people going to jobs they don't like and stuff like that, and I don't want to be that guy. So I'm just going to continue to work as hard as I can and just hope it comes, you know?
I got bad news for you, bro. That's a lot of those All-Star 200s if you run in Hornets for a living.
Yeah.
That is a ton of the All-Star 200.
Just whatever it takes.
All right, Flash, I'm going to tell you. So I went to this is talking about how old I am. So the very first All-Star 200 I was just giving him shit about happened at the Speedrome, and I seen the coolest, the absolute most badass hood scoop you'll ever see on an All-Star on a Hornet. It was a paper box. The paper box was knowing the Hornets. It was probably sheet metal screwed.
Drywall screwed.
I was hoping it was proper, but he had a paper box on this hood, and I was like, "This right here, this is some hood shit right here." Like,
we took it to the wind tunnel that week.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
So I gotta ask you this: you're a guy that we started off joking about being a little hood. You're a guy that speaks your mind. And when you had that situation where you got suspended, I don't want to get you in trouble with the racetrack or anything. Every time there was an issue on social media, he's almost like Shack Pack. He says he's not like technology savvy, but he sure in the hell knows how to start a riot on social media. I jumped to start, and he just put, I think the punishment should be 5 weeks. Gotta crash somebody. Oh, it should definitely be 5 weeks. Right now. They should make that up in 5 weeks.
When I got suspended for 5 weeks, that whole week that I was the first week, after about the first or second week, I let it die down. But after the first couple weeks, man, we had shirts and stuff made, and it really helped us. Honestly, it really helped fund us the rest of the season, 5 week shirt or whatever. But I was on social media clowning around. You know what I mean?
It was so fun. I was like.
Hey, you got something else to do now for 5 weeks if something happens.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they kick you out now. Shit, that's all right.
Yeah.
We're going to sling dirt.
So being the social media connoisseur you are, when you went Facebook Live on the Yoho thing, I wanted it so bad. But I know how, I get it. I've been in that situation before. My dad told the racetrack promoter, said, "Hey, you're going to pay him." And the guy said, "No, I'm not." So I was sitting in the car, and my dad said, "All right, drive the car, start the car up." I said, "All right." And, we're in the tech area.
Yeah.
He said, "Start the car up." I said, "All right." So and he goes, "When you go to pull off, drive straight through that building." I'm like, his wife is in there. He goes, "Yeah, I know, we're fixing to get paid." So I get you paid. Yeah, I get where you're coming from. And I get where you felt like you guys have been screwed. And you were. It was, it wasn't what it said it was going to be. But one thing, I wanted to message you so bad, but I didn't have to because I seen like 100 comments, and I didn't want to, I don't get on social media and start shit.
Yeah.
I do all my shit starting here. I'll just say something and get 1,000 messages. But I wanted to be like, what'd you expect? Like, the definition of it is insanity, is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result.
Yeah.
I mean,
us racers really don't got the biggest brains, man. I hate to say it.
So what did you expect? I mean, did you expect it to go down there and everything's going to be like, he's been doing this for 10 years. We thought just year number 11 was going to be on the up and up.
You know how many times I said I'm never coming back out here again.
Yeah, said that,
Monday night working on the car.
I don't know. I've been trying to grow on the social media stuff because that's what it's came down to in today's world. Obviously, you know what I mean. Just how you act on social media and how you present yourself. Usually, I like my videos that I've been posting on my racing page here lately. I kind of wait a day or two after the race and just kind of debrief and just really think about what I want to say. I don't want to make myself look like an ass, honestly.
See, he's growing up, Flash.
Yeah. When I was younger, you used to know how I was when I was younger. I'd get on Facebook. I was 15, 16 years old. I'd be telling here that was hood. I'd be telling. But,
I've been listening.
I'll tell a guy to go F himself and stuff like that. But at that Yoho track, I just pulled my phone out and I just started rambling on, and I probably shouldn't have done that. I probably should have waited till I got back to the Airbnb or something and had something a little bit more formal, a little bit more professional. But
hey, you can take you out of the drone,
true.
But you can't
man.
100%.
100%. I probably should have been a little bit more professional. But like you said, when somebody doesn't pay you on something that he had on pen and paper that you were supposed to make. The worst part is I just got beat out of $10,000 coming to the start-finish line by Mark Tunney.
I wasn't going to say you chose the wrong line, or I was going to leave that out.
Yeah, by less than like 8 inches is I think what it beat me by.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't even
8 inches is a lot.
Yeah.
You're talking like that's
especially
little.
if you're in the hood.
Hold on, yeah. You're talking like that's little. 8 inches is it's a lot.
It was.
But all jokes aside, though, I was like, he's grown up. I can tell he's growing up, but sometimes you just can't. And I'm the same way. Like,
for sure.
We had an issue the other night at the racetrack.
Yeah, we was at the racetrack. I thought Bobby was going to go all in on everybody.
It's been a while since I went. Well, no, last year I went. It's happened twice in 2 years. So I had to walk away.
Damn.
I'm like, I'm fixing to beat this dude's ass. I'm just gonna walk away. But last year when I went hood, like the drone came up out of me. It was bad. It was real bad. The guy that had the issue with me, well, actually, some shit I get into. I wasn't even. So I'm in the announce booth, right? And then I get a text message from my buddy Flash. It says, "Hey, you might want to get down here."
Uh-oh. Shit's about to get real.
Well, we're in Alabama.
Yeah. I'm talking, like, this was worse than Roll Tide War Eagle shit. I mean, this was bad. And dude went all batshit crazy. And I don't know how many of them it was going to take to whoop our ass. But we knew how many they was going to use.
It was all of them.
Especially being out of the drone.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, I told him the next day, like, I got in his face and, like, because everybody sees me, they see the professional side.
Yeah, for sure.
They see the flat bill and they think it's, like
what's the zip code down there or area code?
It's the 502.
The 502.
Yeah, it's the
they don't see what the 502 is about.
Yeah, they don't know what the 502 is about. Like, they don't tear down good neighborhoods, bro. The neighborhood I grew up in got bulldozed over. They don't do that shit for good neighborhoods. So he tells me the next day, he comes over and he apologized, and he said, I really thought you were going to bust me in the mouth last night. And I told him, I said, you was one more motherfucking away from me to have no teeth. It wasn't just a bust in the mouth.
502's coming in hot.
Yeah, so that's how good I am at promoting the dirt track world. I'm just like, hey, bro, you got a problem? Go over here.
Yeah.
So
that's good for the sport, though, showing it some emotion, Yeah. If you went to a racetrack and everybody just acted so great and so happy all the time, then it probably wouldn't be a racetrack very long.
No, that's true. One last hood story I'm going to ask you before we get off here. Can you send me the picture where you put who's scared of the Shack Pack and you got somebody holding his hand up and you did that picture? Can you send that to me? I'm thinking about using that for the thumbnail, if you know what I mean.
Man, I've had a new phone since then. You're talking about Vietnam. That happened a long time ago.
Okay.
I'm sure it's out there somewhere, though. I'm sure you wouldn't have to dig far.
I knew it. I knew he's getting soft in his own age, man. You can't leave the drone this year. You're getting soft, man. You got to go. You got to keep it real over here.
This cornfield out here.
Let's get a picture of both of them on there this time, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna have both cars on the thumbnail. Yeah, maybe. So I'm gonna have to talk to Ryan Roberts because I gotta get I'm gonna tell Ryan Roberts, hey, I need a picture of Shaq's car because he gives us the stuff in the car, and I'm gonna send it to you, bro. Because when you're posting your post, you can't have the watermark in the middle of the chrome numbers. I mean, what the hell? That is so hood. He ain't even paying $3 to promote himself. He's like, what? He's like, nah, that's a chili cheese dog, bro. I ain't doing that.
Shoot, I don't know. It's just a dog with no chili nowadays. A couple dollars short for the chili.
So we appreciate you coming on, but who helps make this happen? Who helps get up and down the road? And I'm gonna tell everybody, like, everybody always talks about, hey, Shack Pack's got the crew. Shack Pack's got the peoples. Man, we showed up, Flash.
There's tumbleweeds out here.
Yeah. They ain't shit. There ain't nobody out here helping Shaq. I mean, he pushed the car out the garage by himself.
Yeah.
I used a 4-wheeler before you showed up. That's why it's in here like it is. But
damn, I'm putting you over, and there you go. See, sometimes you can't.
I seen he had a thing on the steering wheel, though.
The steering
the
buddy.
wheel man.
Yeah, the wheel man by Dasco.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, Kid Dasco, Devin Gilpin, 4 episodes ago.
Yeah.
If you're listening, go back and check it out.
Yeah.
You want to hear some funny shit? Go check out us hanging out with Dasco all night.
Yeah.
But who helps make this happen?
Obviously the crew, man. My brother and I got a couple
everybody.
hands.
Yeah, we see them. Hey, good looking.
They was out here last night without me, so you got lucky tonight. But obviously just my family, man. Everybody at the One More Lounge, All Pro Contractors, Greens Construction, Thunderstruck Racing Engines, JS Quality Masonry, Skiles Towing, Bob Higgins Transmissions, Danny Key, the Kelshaw family, Moore's Tree Service, Jockish Flowers, Longevity Fence, Flip the Switch Electric.
It's almost like he's won a few races.
Let's go NASCAR.
I don't know, man. I'm not very good. I'm not very good at talking either.
No shit.
I've been trying to
Greens
get a little bit
Quality
better.
Construction, fully insured, in case you're wanting to know.
Yep, come on down. No, I'm just kidding. But I've been very fortunate the last few years, man, to have the sponsors that I've had. it helps even when you're running good. You're not too worried about your sponsor money. You know, you might win a little money at the track a couple weeks in a row or something, but your sponsors really come in clutch when you're down, not really having the funds to go race, or something dramatic happens, like an engine or something, some big purchase or something like that. So, yeah, without them, I don't think any racer could go race without having some kind of sponsor help.
So, former track champion at the Indianapolis Speedrome.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 2-time track champion because I do the math and I seen how it went down.
Yeah.
You know, I have no dog in the fight.
Yeah, it's good.
I've done graduated from the figure eight world. How they don't even let me come back anymore.
Yeah.
Are you going to be there for the 3 hour? You'll probably be at Eldora.
Yeah, obviously. I'll be honest.
Or some kind of sprint car race or something.
I'll be honest. I really hope I'm at the Super Nationals in Boone, Iowa.
Yeah.
But we'll say 2-time track champion. Won a couple of those All-Star 200s. He's the only guy in the history of dirt late model racing that made one of the guys on the Mount Rushmore dirt late models flip his shit and do donuts in the infield.
Yeah.
The leader of the
Tyler had him mad a couple. I think down there in Florida, I think Tyler had him mad. So I think he wins.
Yeah.
But in the figure eight world, yeah, I'm the only one that's pissed him off so
only
far.
one that's made him mad. The leader of the Shack Pack, Jeffrey Shackelford. Thank you, sir.
Thank you guys for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Flash. That was he's got a nickname, the Gentleman.
Yeah.
I want to work on his nickname though, bro. I don't. We it's the Shack Pack. All right, he's the leader of the Shack Pack. Yeah. Leader of the pack.
Man, you know, we was up there the other night though, and he was like the only one in the garage. I think I don't know. Is he married? Is it his wife or?
I think his girlfriend.
Yeah. Well, anyway, they was up the only ones there, and get to the racetrack, and I bet there was 15 people around the car.
Yeah.
I couldn't even hardly find him when I went by there. I talked to him. I mean, I just waved at him, yelled at him, say, "Hey, man," and because they was busy, they was hustling in the car, changing all kinds of stuff. So.
Well, he did say, in all fairness, they all came over the 2 nights previous, and
yeah, no, I was just saying it was totally different at the racetrack than it was.
He's got the pack, and if you would have went Saturday night to the Indianapolis Speedrome,
there'd been
where he ran
twice as many,
20th to 2nd. Yeah, you don't mind roughing people up if you have to. You got the pack with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, good time, man. Had a good time up there, giving him some shit. But he's come a long way, man. He's grown up a little bit, like you said. Back when I would cuss everybody out and didn't really care, I was going to show him. But now he's going to try to save his equipment a little bit. But yeah, big fan of those Shack Pack there. And the cool thing about Jeffrey is too, man. He's really good. He puts himself in good situations on the racetrack.
Yeah.
As I was teasing him about losing the race on the last lap.
The last half the straightaway.
Yeah. But he does. He's real smooth, and he helps other drivers out. He gets in their cars and help. Like, he's one of those guys that's like, hey, I wanna. Okay, Shallow's in the house. He's one of those guys that kind of, him and Ben Tunney both. They want everybody to run good, because they like the competition and stuff. So big fan of the Shack Pack. So this week's upcoming events, we're going to start off with our racetrack spotlight being brought to you by JT's Trackside Catering. And this is a place where Flash and I have frequently quite a bit, but it's been a while since both of us have been there. But the Kokomo Speedway for the Kokomo Grand Prix, Friday and Saturday, USAC National Midgets. And guess what the support class is, Flash? Non-wing sprint cars.
Oh, yeah.
So Kokomo Speedway, it will be the place to be this weekend in the state of Indiana. Racetrack Spotlight being brought to you by JT's Trackside Catering.
Never seen a bad race there.
No, there's not.
Ever.
There's not. Even the push trucks put on a good show when they're pushing the cars off.
Yeah.
Racetrack is always in tip-top shape. Talking about a place where you can run the fence. It's very exciting. They've even completely redone it since the last time we was there. They've redone the front stretch. Got new bathrooms, new bleachers on the front stretch. The back stretch, they've added bleachers. And it's got the coolest victory lane of any racetrack, because you want to park it in the BC victory lane.
Yeah.
So Brian Clausen victory lane. So one of those racetracks, man, that I wish I could get to more. But every time I do, I'm always like, I got to come back here more and more. But it's been a few years since I've been to Kokomo. Kokomo's one of those places that's it's not real easy to get to. But once you get there, it's badass. So that's this week's Racetrack Spotlight being brought to you by JT's Trackside Catering. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we got a triple shot of the Lucas Oil Late Model Series. You can catch this on Flow. Friday night, they're at the Georgetown, Delaware, $12,000 to win. Saturday night, they're at the Baps Motor Speedway in Pennsylvania. Baps is one of those racetracks that races really, really good. For a big Pennsylvania track, it races really good. It's not quite Port Royal, but it races pretty good.
Yeah.
But $25,000 to win on Saturday. And then Sunday, Hagerstown Speedway in Hagerstown, Maryland, $10,000 to win for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Car Series. You can catch all that on Flow. Then Friday and Saturday, the World of Outlaw Late Models tackle the Talladega Short Track for the Alabama Gang 100 Friday and Saturday. Friday night, $12,000 to win. Saturday night, $25,000 to win.
Yeah.
There at Talladega Short Track. And then Friday and Saturday, this is where I'll be this weekend. Very first ever event for the Slingin' Dirt Super Late Model Series. Friday night, Circle City Raceway, $3,000 to win, $500 to start for a regional late model tour.
Yeah.
Very good start money for a regional late model tour. And then Saturday night, they make their way to the Brownstown Speedway. I'm going to work on that.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be in a booth this weekend.
Yeah.
So I'll be on the call for both of the Friday and Saturday. I want to say thank you to DJ Smallwood and the Slingin' Dirt series for wanted me to do all of them, but let's say my schedule's a little busy. So
Yeah.
we're going to be able to squeeze in about 6 or 7 of them. But we're going to do the openers for sure. So I don't know, just pay attention to social media stuff. We may or may not have some little pop-up commercials come out this week. I don't know. No, I've got so much free time on my hands. We might just see what we can come up with. And then Saturday night, I won't be here for this event. But my man Braden Irwin is going to substitute for us on the call. The race that got rained out twice already, third time's the charm. The Save a Lot American All-Star Series presented by PPM is at 191 Speedway in Campton, Kentucky. $3,000 win for that. The Ultimate Heart of America Super Late Models are at Richmond Raceway in Richmond, Kentucky. $6,000 to win event. And then Friday and Saturday, I have not made it to this place yet, but I'm going to try to get out there before the year's up. And everybody knows I'm a bull ring guy. But Knoxville Raceway in Knoxville, Iowa has a World of Outlaw Sprint Cars. You can catch that on Dirt Vision Friday and Saturday. Expect big car counts. Knoxville gets 30 plus on a weekly show.
Right.
So I'd say we're going to be close to 50. And then Saturday night, the Battle of the Border. The Ohio Thunder Race Saver Sprint Cars and the Huntley 305 got a co-sanctioned event at Lawrenceburg Speedway for the 305 Sprint Cars. And if you want to see some more non-wing sprint car racing, I know Kokomo has them Friday and Saturday, but the season opener for the Lincoln Park Speedway, 410 non-wing sprint cars right there in beautiful downtown Putmanville. So that's what's going on. There's plenty of stuff you can get out. If you want to find a race, it should be hard to find one at all this week.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll be on like I said, I'll be at Circle City Friday. It's where I announced my very first race.
Yeah.
So now I don't know. I'd probably say I'm getting close to 100 nights of announcing now. So we, it's kind of, comes full circle there. Zimba.
Yeah.
And then Saturday night, everybody's going to be hanging out at Brownstown. We'll see if I get escorted out of the building. Because while we're up there, I'm going to find out who's in charge. Jim Price, I'm coming for you. Well, we're going to talk about the wall at the Brownstown Speedway. But yeah, that's what's going on this weekend. You got anything else, Flash, before we get off here?
No, I don't think so. Just everybody try to get out and find a race to go to this weekend.
Yeah, I think the weather's going to be nice.
Yeah.
I think. Hell, I haven't even looked at that.
And if it ain't, there's some on TV we can watch.
Yeah, plenty.
If you have to.
Yeah, because as I'm about to edit it, I'll let people know. We pull back the curtains.
Yeah.
So we just recorded this. Now I'm going to edit it. So that's like a 4-hour process. So the World of Outlaw Sprint Cars will be on the TV while I'm doing that.
Yeah.
At Hobstadt. and I will not be eating the world famous Hobstadt cheeseburger.
Right.
I don't know what I'm going to have for dinner because my wife's not home right now.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what the hell's going on here. I am all out of whack. But, but guys, remember, coming up this week, Wednesday, we'll have the midweek slider. It's the hood version of Dirt Tracker Daily. Yeah. We haven't got no copyright infringements yet. So so we're doing that. And Pound the Cushion this week. Just going to let you know, we kind of talked about one of the events, but we're gonna go in depth on Pound the Cushion this week. I don't know, shooting for maybe Tuesday, but we'll see. You never know how it goes. Right. But until next time, we'll be trading sliders.